Welcome to this movement and myofascial release practice, where we're going to be working on opening the front side of the body, more specifically the superficial front line. Oftentimes, our day-to-day practices lead us to shrinking the front of our body and lengthening the back. So the front side of the body starts to move down, the back side of the body starts to move up, and we create this sort of closing space in our body. So today we're going to use a few different props, some different movements, stretches, and exercises in order to open and lift the front side of the body. Those day-to-day activities could be writing on our phone, typing on the computer, eating food, driving in the car. All of these movements are forward rounding and causing this space to close down and shrink. The superficial front line runs from two parts, from the tops of your toes all the way up to your pelvis, and then the pelvis at the base of your abs, up through the sternum, the collarbones, and the sides of the head. So we're going to begin at the tops of the feet and then move up throughout the entire body. I recommend that you practice this class once or twice a week so you can continue to counterbalance all of the rounding and shrinking motion that we have on the front side of the body. So this class can be integrated into your regular daily exercise movement, but it can also be done as a standalone practice or at the end of your other movement practice. You'll need a few different props for class today. First thing is a single myofascial release ball or therapy ball. Second thing is a double myofascial release ball, which I will call a peanut. Third thing is a foam roller. Fourth thing is either a yoga strap, a belt, a wood dowel, or a PVC pipe. So I have a PVC pipe with me, and we'll be using this for some shoulder opening mobility work at the very end. So if you don't have all of these props, I recommend that you check in the description below. We do link to the ones that we have here. And once you get these props, then you're ready to go. As I mentioned, we're going to be working from the tops of the toes all the way up through the front of the body to the neck or collarbone. So let's begin at the feet. So we're going to start in thunderbolt pose. So you're just going to sit on the heels. Legs are together. If this already feels like it's too much on the ankles, then you can also place a pillow underneath the ankles. We're going to be here for about 2 minutes. So this is to stretch out the front side, the dorsal side of our feet, our toes, and already begin to lengthen the fascia in the bottom half of the body. Now for this second minute, you can either stay here as you are, or if you would like to increase the stretch on the tops of the feet, then you can bring your fingertips down onto the ground and start to lift the knees up towards the chest. Start to put your awareness on the breath. In any form of movement practice, regardless of whether we can classify it as yoga or not, it's still very important to be mindful of the breath, to be aware of how your body is moving in space, and how you can use the breath as your guide to bring your body into these different shapes. So keep that connection to the breath. 10 more seconds here. And release. You're going to grab your peanut and we're going to start to move up the body. So starting at the shins, come into a tabletop, bring this peanut underneath your right shin and start to add some weight onto this muscle therapy peanut double ball, and then begin to roll very slowly up and down. And this time when the ball gets a little bit closer to the knee, then you're going to sort of lift up the back heel to give yourself some space, and then just start to flex and point the right foot. And at the same time, you're still adding pressure on the peanut ball. So you're sort of pinning the tissue on the ball, and then you're flossing the fascia around the muscle. All right, and release. Place the peanut underneath the left shin. And same thing. You're going to roll that down towards the ankle. Back up towards the knee. One more time down. And back up. So now the peanut is just a few inches below the knee. Start to lift the left heel up, and then point and flex the left foot. And release. Come back to that tabletop, tuck the toes under, and then lift the hips, downward dog. We're not here for too long. We're going to start with a little bit more movement. So begin to shift the hips forward. Make your way into an upward dog. Come onto the tops of the feet. You can keep the feet a little bit wider. Engage the glutes. And now stay on the tops of the feet. Engage the core. Lift the hips. Downward dog. Stay on the tops of the feet. Again, lower the hips. Upward dog. We're going to do 9 more. Lift the hips, down dog, tops of the feet the entire time. You're not switching the feet. Lower the hips, upward dog, engage the glutes. Lift the hips, down dog, tops of the feet. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then return to upward dog. We're going to stay here for about 10 seconds. So really push the ground away, lift with the chest, and the gaze is straight ahead. So instead of looking up towards the sky, you want to look straight ahead, and then you can even pull the chin back just a couple inches, or an inch or centimeter. And that will also stretch and lengthen the superficial front line. And set the knees down. Lower all the way onto the belly. Now we're going to do half frog on the right side first. So you can either keep your chest lifted or you can lower it down, but you're going to bend your right leg and grab onto your right foot with your right hand. So maybe for you, this is already enough. Maybe you can't even reach this, and if that's the case, you can grab your yoga strap, throw it around your foot, and then gently pull the leg in. But if you can reach the foot, then you can either just hold on to the top of the foot. Otherwise, if you can lift the chest, then you can also start to bring the fingertips going the same direction as the toes. And you can really get a good stretch on the right quad. So no matter what variation you took or how far you can stretch, doesn't matter. You're just looking for the sensation in the stretch in the right quad. So take whatever variation you need to feel best in your body. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. And switch over to the left leg. Again, take whatever variation feels good in your body. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the left leg. Now you're going to take your foam roller and we're going to do a roll out on our right quad first. So you can grab the foam roller, roll onto the left side so you can lift your right leg up. And then you can place the foam roller so it's not across the entire length of the mat, but it's about halfway. So it's only on the right side of your mat. So you can start up closer to the hip and then slowly begin to roll forward. You can kickstand your left leg out to help assist as you roll forward and back. And for this, you can roll all the way down to just a couple inches above the knee. And then again, bring it all the way back up towards the hip. Let's do one more full length. So from the hip, start to bring your body forward. Try to relax the muscle tissues on the right quad and allow the muscles to sort of melt over the foam roller. Back to the knee, and then again, bring that foam roller up. To the hip. And release. Bring the foam roller over to the left side. Start at the left hip. You can prop kickstand that right leg out. And again, start to roll on the foam roller. Moving very slowly. So it gives a little bit of time for the fascia to move over the foam roller and the muscle tissue. So if you're rolling super fast and sort of aggressively, then you're not doing as much for yourself in the long run. It might feel good short term, but it's better to move slowly. All right, one more time. The foam roller is at the hip. Start to roll it down. Try to relax the left quad. Try to soften the breath. And now you're at the knee, and again, reverse. Bring the foam roller back up. All the way to the hip. And release. Now you're going to come down onto your belly. Cactus both of your arms out to your sides. So the biceps, triceps are sort of parallel with the top of your mat. And then keep the feet a little bit wider, engage the glutes and start to lift the chest off. Half locust lifts and lower down. Lift it up and lower. 8, 7, really squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back. 6, 5, feel the front of your chest opening. 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold the lift, and then interlace the hands behind the back. Keep the lift in the chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Grab onto this single ball, and then we're going to do a myofascial release going up the sternum. So for this, I would like you to start the ball. If you can first feel on your sternum where the base of your sternum is, so where the rib cage sort of comes together, and then you have the base of your sternum. So this little point right here, this spot where everything connects at the bottom, is called your xiphoid process. And that we for sure want to avoid with myofascial release. So you never want to do myofascial release on that spot. So we're going to start a couple inches higher than that. It will be between your pec muscles, women between your breasts. So the ball is going to begin in the middle. So don't go too low on this. So what we're going to do is you're going to take the ball, put it right in the middle, and then start to lower the chest down just enough to where you can feel the pressure of the ball. You're pinning it there. And now that the ball is in place, as you start to lower the chest down very slowly, the chin comes all the way down to the mat. You can very subtly feel the tissue in the sternum moving upwards. So you're sort of pinning the tissue with the ball, and you're moving that tissue upwards. And then again, lift the chest up. Sometimes the ball will naturally start to move up on its own. If it doesn't, then you can just take the ball, move it up just about 1 centimeter, pin it there, and then again, start to lower the chest down very slowly. It's probably going to feel pretty tight, maybe a unique and different sensation than you felt before. So just move slowly. Avoid any sensations of pain. And again, lift the head up. Maybe adjust the ball, bring it 1 more centimeter up. And again, start to lower the head down. And lift the tissue up towards the chin. And again, lift the head. Last one, move the ball up just 1 centimeter. So this last one is going to end right at your collarbone. So you have the ball pinned, and then slowly start to lower your head down. Great. And release. You can remove the ball off to the side and come into Sphinx pose. So forearms are parallel, elbows are underneath the shoulders. Broaden the collarbone. See if you can open this space up just a little bit more. And then again, gaze straight ahead. So when you're tipping your head up in an upward dog, or in Sphinx, what you're actually doing is you're shrinking your superficial front line with your sternocleidomastoid muscle, which runs from your side of your skull all the way down to your collarbone. So by tilting your head up, you're actually shrinking that space. So it's actually better to gaze straight ahead and then just gently pull the chin back. It's a super subtle movement, but over time it will really benefit lengthening the front side of the body more than tipping your head up towards the sky. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. The chest comes all the way down to the ground. Then you're going to extend your right arm out to your side. You could either keep your right arm straight, or if you want to increase the stretch in the front side of your right shoulder and your pec muscle more, then you can bend your right arm at a 90 degree. So for me, I like to keep the arm straight. This is enough of a stretch for me, but for you, you can decide right arm straight or right arm bent. Let's all start with it straight. If you've never done this before, we're doing a wrestler's twist. So chest down to the ground, bend the left leg and start to bring the left leg behind the body, up and over. And then the sole of the left foot comes down to the ground. And then you have the option here to also bring your left hand behind you, somewhere around your low back. And again, focus on creating space in the collarbone, in the pecs, in the chest. And release. And over to the left side. Extend your left arm out. Start to bend your right leg. Bring it up and over behind you. And then the option to bring your right arm, your right hand, the back of your right hand to your low back, or all the way to the ground. We're here for about 5 breaths. Try to relax the muscles in your face and slow down the breath. Release. Come back onto the belly. And then one more time in Sphinx. Not here for too long, about 20 seconds. So you can either stay here in Sphinx, neutralize the spine in a symmetrical pose, or if you want to deepen the back bend and open the front side even more, then you can flex the glutes, keep the hands where they're at, and start to straighten the arms for seal pose. If you're here and you found it's too intense, you can also lower back down to Sphinx. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring the head all the way down to the mat. Shake out the hips first. Release the tension in your low back. And then come back to a seated thunderbolt position, just as we did at the beginning of class. You're going to grab your yoga strap or the belt or your wood dowel or PVC pipe, whatever you have. So with this, you're going to grab the bar or the pole pretty wide to start, and then as we go, you can bring your hands closer together. So the farther your hands are apart, the easier this is going to be on your shoulders and your chest, and then the closer the hands are together, the more challenging and the deeper the stretch will be. So I recommend starting pretty wide, and then we can shrink it down afterwards. So we'll do 5 of these. So hold on to the dowel, the strap, the belt, whatever you have, and then keep the arms straight and start to bring this up and over your head. And right about here, you discover that it's either too deep or it's not deep enough, so you can adjust the hands wherever you need to. And then again, complete this one all the way back, and then bring the PVC pipe up and over the head all the way to the front. So now you know the distance where your arms need to be. You can make your adjustment. Let's do 4 more. Lift up and over, move nice and slow, big breath. Feel the opening in the chest, the front side of the body, and then bring that pole back. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And that's it. You can set the pole off to the side. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that you feel more open and ready in your body to move and feel good. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, send this video to a friend in need, and we will see you again on the channel very soon. Lots of love and endless gratitude.